Hey guys, my name is Gibran and today I brought the last topic, which is maternal leave for the new parents in Germany. Until now, I have covered parental leave, parental allowance and Elterngeld topics, and I have already made the video on these topics. If you are interested in these topics, then you can find the link in the description, as these topics were very complex, so it was very hard for me to put everything in one video. So I made separate videos for each topic and explained everything in detail, whatever you need to know about these topics. So links are in the description. So coming back to today's topic of the maternal leave, which is Mutterschutz in German. Beside parental leave, working mothers can take 14 weeks leave as the maternity leave, which is divided like 6 weeks before childbirth and 8 weeks after childbirth. If you have complications during childbirth, then you can extend this to 12 weeks. But for example, let's say that due to some important project or something similar, you want to work till your child's birth. You can still do that, but you need to inform your employer. But once the child is born, you have to take 8 weeks off because it is mandatory. As per eligibility criteria, any woman who is either working in Germany or working abroad with the German contract can take maternity leave, and it doesn't matter if you are a German citizen or not, or if you are married or not. The only condition is that you should have a German working contract, and not all working women can apply for the maternity leave. For example, housewives are not entitled for this maternity leave. Self-employed women, board members, managing director of any company, adoptive mothers, these cannot apply for the maternity leave. Like parental leave, your job is also protected when you are on maternity leave, and this protection extends when you apply for the parental leave after maternity leave. But as I mentioned in the parental leave, that it is really hard for the employer to fire somebody while they are on maternal or parental leave, but in some conditions they can do that. For example, company gets bankrupt, company closes that department where you used to work, company could not able to find anybody who have the same expertise as you, or you did something wrong while you were working there, maybe like it voids your contract. So in these conditions they can still fire you. But if the company wants to fire you during the maternal and parental leave, then the company has to prepare a case and send it to the Ministry of Family Affairs, and if they approve it, then you only get fired. And once you get the termination letter, you have 1 month to appeal against this company's decision. And also keep that in mind that if you want your job to be protected, then you have to inform your employer about your pregnancy in time. Most people inform their employer after 3 months of pregnancy, but it is up to you whether you want to tell them before or after. It's up to you. Then the question arises if you get paid during your maternity leave. Yes, when you are on maternity leave, your employer pays you the same salary that you were getting before pregnancy, and you need to inform your employer at least 7 weeks before the expected date. As you're getting the normal salary, you still need to pay your taxes and social contributions like you do with your normal salary. Before I proceed further in today's topic, I want to tell you that recently I made some of the best of videos in Germany. Like I made a video about best free SIM card in Germany, best liability insurance in Germany, best legal insurance and best dental insurance. These are some of the insurances which are very important if you're living in Germany. If you're interested in any one of them, then you can find the playlist in the video description. Now coming back to the topic, the maternity protection does not end at the maternity leave. Once you are pregnant, then there are certain maternity protections that applies to your working hours. Suppose if you're working as a 9 to 5 employee, then everything is fine. But if your job requires to work at odd timings, then these rules apply. For example, you are not allowed to work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., which means you cannot do any night shift if you have such a job. Then if you have to work from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., then first you need to accept this, and then your employer needs to get the permission to let you work during this time. Another scenario, you are not allowed to work on public holidays and Sundays, but if you agree to this, then you need to get 11 hours rest between shifts, and also your employer should give you a day off to compensate for this holiday as well. During your pregnancy, you are also not allowed to work overtime. Another scenario is that you are not allowed to work more than 8.5 hours a day, and also not more than 90 hours for 2 consecutive weeks. Besides the timings, your employer should also make sure that you have a work environment which will not affect your pregnancy. For example, you should not do any heavy lifting, and here heavy lifting means that you are not allowed to carry any weight over 5 kg without the mechanical help. Besides this, you should not be working with any chemicals or any lab where you have the risk of gases or elements which can be dangerous for your pregnancy as well. And if your job requires constant movement where you need to sit, stand or bend many times in a day, then you should not perform these tasks as well. And if you have a job where you need to stand, then these jobs are also not allowed after 6 months of pregnancy. Another benefit you get is during your nursing period. The German Maternity Protection Act gives importance to breastfeeding, and as a new mother, you're allowed to breastfeed your newborn, and for this you can take as much time as possible or needed. During the first year of your child's birth, you're allowed to take nursing breaks to breastfeed your child. For this, you can either take one hour break or 2 half-an-hour breaks per day beside your normal lunch break. In some cases, you can also take 45 minutes minutes nursing breaks, like when you are working more than 8 hours a day, or if you cannot breastfeed your child near your workspace, then you can take 90 minutes break for it, but your employer needs to accept this. And the best part is that you do not have to work extra to compensate for these nursing breaks. Now this is all you need to know as a new mother in Germany. If you want to know about Elterngeld, Elterngeld or Kindergeld, then you can find those videos in the description, as I mentioned before in the starting of the video. If you want to know about anything else, then comment below. I will try to answer your question and maybe make a video about it. Now please like and comment on the video, and also subscribe my channel to help me grow. See you next time in another video. Till then, ciao ciao.